Welcome back to part 5 of the rabbit series. I got the door handles in. The first thing I want to do is see if they're both keyed the same. They are definitely different. Maybe I should put the trim on first, that might be easier. This is basically just the worst thing ever. It will not stay on, so I epoxied it down. I just taped it so that it stays in place while it's drying. Fucking hell, this thing is a piece of shit. Fuck, this thing is shitty. It works. Guess I gotta file this down. Hopefully that's enough. Lost this piece of rubber for this side, looked around everywhere, and cannot find it, so I'm going to make a new one. There's the rough outline I need. Starting to look better. Just lost this one too while I was moving the tripod over. I don't know why I'm like this. Okay, found this one. It was just laying where the tripod was sitting before. Right now I'm going to touch up some of these spots that are just bare rust with some of this rust check paint. Once it's actually warm out in the summer, or when I get proper paint, I'd like to slop it all over the hood. It's running pretty well right now. There's one small leak from the valve cover you can see. First gotta disengage the e-brake. New valve cover gasket came in. Now I'm going to attempt to bring the rabbit into the garage. The problem is fueling. I got a comment online that this may be bad, and they apparently let air in, so that might need to be changed. I was wondering how I killed the battery so fast, but no, I melted the terminals right off of it. Yeah, that's fun. I'm going to wait until tomorrow, since it's dark now and a little bit colder, so maybe the valve cover gasket will go on then. Ah yes, an even colder day it's snowing. Perfect time to go get some battery terminals and try to fix this. I actually have it plugged in right now, so maybe it'll be easier to start. Well, Princess Auto did not have battery terminals, but I did buy a new tester because I broke my last one like an idiot. They even asked if I found everything I needed at the till, and I lied. I said I did. Alright, let's see if this place has it. And it's not even quite 6 p.m. and it looks like this outside. Beautiful winter in Canada. This one's a 34-inch, so maybe I'll end up switching it out with my negative one. I don't know. I just want something to get the car working now. It's that time of year again. After I bought the cable, I remembered that this also needs to connect to the battery. I think this is what feeds everything in the internals of the car. So yeah, I'll sort that out later. For now, I'll just kind of tuck it in or something. It's a mess, but now everything that needs power should have it. I want something insulated I can sit on top of the battery so I don't short it out against the hood, so yeah. That's what you want to see driving down the street. Also, the signal started doing this again. It was the front one. It wasn't even on, so it just wasn't making connection at all. Oh no, now I have to remove my nicely taped on airbox cover. Love the pool of oil just in the air cleaner. Definitely no blow-by in this car at all. I I started peeling some of the gasket off that was stuck to here by hand, and not all of it's coming. It's really on there. Thinking there might have been some RTV involved at one point in time. I got all the old gasket cleaned off of the mating surface. That doesn't come off. That's kind of just pitted up there for some reason. I got the valve cover on. I just had to loosen off the timing cover and push it out of the way a little bit, and then it cleared. That looks better. No oil leaking either. Things are reconnected, kind of, for now. I didn't have a proper connector or anything to splice these together with, so I just used an L16. Still electricity, that'll work, even though this isn't meant for carrying any current. Nice wrap of electrical tape, good to go. Just took it for a decent drive today. Nothing leaking from the valve cover, and didn't have any fueling issues. Luckily I've gotten a nice 6 amp power supply to test this with, see if it does anything. From there, I just got the motor apart, and the brushes actually seem to be stuck to the commutator. I finally got these brushes unstuck, and they moved back on their own. Something's not happy in here. I just tried to get it to go. Now nothing's happening at all. It's just melting stuff and doing nothing. I wasn't running it with this cover off before. I just took it off to see why all the smoke was coming out of it. So this motor does not work. There's something shorted out in it. Here's the gearbox opened up. I want to try to couple a different motor to this and then just get rid of this old crap here and use this shaft still. So if I do that, I'm going to get rid of this screw and make a way that this will actually slot into here and keep it where it's meant to be. That was this drill at full speed, and it wasn't turning that fast. So I need a pretty high RPM motor. What I'd like to find is an old cordless drill that is ideally 12 volts that I can rip the motor out of and mount it on here. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a drill cheap enough to rip apart and get the motor out of, but I did get this inverter for $10 that I want to put in the RAV4, and then another tap and die set, but this one's an Imperial set for 40 bucks. So that was a pretty good deal. I do have old drills ripped apart at my parents' house, so I think I'll just grab those at Christmas when I'm there. The one is actually an old Makita, so I trust that motor a lot more than one of the garbage ones I was buying for $15 at Value Village anyways. The car hasn't run for a couple days and it's minus 25, so I'm going to try to do a cold start. See if it'll go. It had no plans on starting at all. I just plugged it in, so I'll leave it sit for a while, see if that'll give it a better chance. I rolled it out to try to boost it, but it still wouldn't go, so I had to push it back in with the RAV4. I got all the glow plugs out. That was a very not fun job. Now I'm gonna test them all out. Okay, that one's good. Another good one. Yeah, they all work as they should. Draw about 12 amps, which is what I read online they're supposed to do. Here's the bus bar chunk that was connecting them all. You can see there is some bare copper where they were touching, but it doesn't look very good, especially the top. So I'm going to clean this up. This one's the real tough one, but I just got it to start threading. I got everything into location and finger tight. Then I kind of moved it around a little bit and put some dielectric grease on every connection. Now I'm going to tighten everything down fully. I left it loose so the grease could actually get in between and hopefully prevent future corrosion. Before I try starting the car again, I'm just going to manually trigger the glow plugs with a booster cable and see how many amps are going through it. should start to drop off. Now I'm going to make sure I get a similar amount when I actually trigger them from in the car. I got it facing the wrong way, but still seems good. I'm gonna see if one of my Volkswagens will start. I want to move the Jetta so that I can get another car back here, put it in the garden. I plugged it in this morning, and the engine block is hot to the touch now. So, see if it'll go. I'm going to park the Pulsar beside the Jetta as well, but I want to take it to the car wash first. Just got back from the car wash. Before I park this thing over there, I'm going to see if I can boost the Rabbit with it, just since it's in perfect position. And I can't forget this CD in here. Oh, that was cold. Just a side note on these stupid CD cases that are this paper digipack kind of thing. I bought this brand new. It's not even a year old, this copy, and it's already all chewed up and nasty looking, just from sitting in a glove box. I wish everything was just a regular jewel case like these, but no. Stupid Sony. That's gonna be it for this one. Got the cars parked. Now I just need to find a charger capable of boosting this thing.